keeping you connected in more ways than one. This is Doc TV.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm back, baby!
Fish porn. Is he the pizza man or a fisherman?
Stiffly supported by Aurelia Trim and Door, serving your every need for nailing trim, large hung doors, and more. Aurelia Trim and Door, 1084 Brody Drive. Everyone welcome from behind the Aurelia Square Mall.
They are just fishing stories, folks. Fish porn. Oh, yeah.
What's our fish
On
tale today?
104.1 The Doc.
That's dirty enough. Let's play some music.
Thanks, Aurelia Trim and Door.
Our story today is titled The Perky Shores of Lake Cleavage.
Oh.
And it was, as I recall it now, like a pristine, untouched wilderness as our float plane touched down that June morning on the narrow V-shaped lake aptly named Cleavage. Jack and I had heard tale of the Lunker Lakers that anglers were hauling out of Cleavage in recent weeks, so we had lofty, elevated expectations as the plane's nose skimmed the lake surface, preparing for touchdown. We couldn't wait to get our camp set up atop one of those shoreline mounds. Jack and I had heard how this lake can get nasty on you, but so far she only offered us her pristine beauty. We gazed down the lake of the tapered lake as it seemingly disappeared into a dark tunnel of tangled brush at the far end. Oh, no. But on each side, rising from the Cleavage shoreline, were two perfectly perky mounds, mirror images of one another, it almost seemed. But Ice Age glaciers had scarred the underside of each mound, making them appear almost fake. At the top, each mound, almost as if planted by hand, were matching globe cedar trees. Imagery is important. Well, it only took an hour or so to land our first fish. Loaded with bait and tackle and licking our lips with anticipation, we pointed our nose into the deepest part of Cleavage as a schoolboy-like excitement wafted over us. We were perched right between those ascending mounds when Jack got a big one on his line. He fought it for a while, but it got tangled in some underwater brush. And then my rod suddenly sprung to life, and I had a lunker on. Well, I jerked my rod with an assertive tug and got the desired results. We spent 3 blissful days in Cleavage, and when the fish weren't biting, we'd set off to explore those glorious mounds rising proudly from the depths of Cleavage. Jack and I agreed wholeheartedly that we love Cleavage, and that we'd be back to enjoy her offerings once again and forage her underwater folds for the lunkers that had eluded us. And as our plane scooped us up and soared into the sky above the far end of the lake, a wave of sadness swept over us until we realized that next week we'd be taking our wives on a fishing trip to Lake Filateo, and we just can't wait. Remember,
It's only a fish story.
Keeping you connected in more ways than one. This is Doc TV.